Hi everyone, welcome to our first video lesson. So we are going to talk today about having 2 points and finding the slope and then writing the equation from that. Okay, so what we have here, it says write an equation from the line that passes through 2, 5, and 6, 7. So remember that the first thing we always work with is finding the slope. Okay, so we are going to find our slope by using rise over run. And so with using rise over run, we have to remember that that is really taking our y number, so y2 minus y1, and dividing it by x2 minus x1. So when you're looking at your point, you want to remember that your points are labeled x comma y and then x comma y. So if you think about it, this is our first point and this is our second point. So with that, we're going to take our second point and subtract our first point. So we'll take our y number, which is 7, and subtract 5. And we're going to divide that by taking our second x number and subtracting the first x number. So when we do that, we have 7 minus 5. And so 7 minus 5 is 2. And 6 minus 2 is 4. Now, with that, they are both even numbers, and so we want to put it in to simplest form. And so we can do that by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 2. So when we divide those by 2, we're going to reduce it to 1/2. And so our slope with these 2 points is 1/2. Now, we can take that slope, and remember, that is our rise over run. Okay, and so with that, we can now put it into our equation. And the equation we're looking at is what we call slope-intercept form. And so we're going to use y equals mx plus b. Okay, and so with that, we want to remember that m is the slope and b is our y-intercept. So where does it cross the x-axis or when x equals 0? Okay. So what we can do, there's 2 ways we can do this. We can set up a chart, like a T-chart, and we're going to put in our information. So if we have 2 and 5 and 6 and 7, okay? We said that we have a rise of 1 and a run of 2. So these are our x values, these are our y values. So when we talk about rise, that means that we're increasing each term by 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. That also means that we are increasing our run, our x values, by 2. So we're going to add 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6, which brings us here. So because we want to know when x is 0, we want to go backwards. So remember, when we're going backwards, we have to work backwards. So 5, instead of, we're looking really for something plus 1, or 5 minus 1, which is 4. And then we're also going to work this backwards. So in something plus 2 equals 2, or we work backwards and say 2 minus 2 is 0. So if we look at this, see if I can, right here, we now have when x is 0, right? Which means this is our y-intercept. Oops, okay. So if this is our y-intercept, we're going to use just the 4. So our equation, we come back here, we have y equals, we take our slope, which is here. So our slope is 1/2 x and y stay with the equation, plus our y-intercept, which is 4. And so this is our equation that we got from here. So that's one way that you can go ahead and find the y-intercept by using your data in a table and creating that information. All right, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps. There will be a question with this video, and I look forward to answering any questions in class.